So, a very fine good afternoon to everyone present here. Today we'll be discussing about lecture 33, and I hope you have watched from lecture 1 to lecture 32. Okay, so we are going to work on a project today, that is a machine learning project on customer segmentation using k-means clustering. So the main objective of this project is to analyze customers' behavior, okay, and divide customers into different groups based on factors such as age, annual income, and spending habit. So customer segmentation is a very important for business because different customers have different purchasing behavior and interest. And using machine learning, businesses can better understand customers and create personalized marketing strategy. In this project, we will be using Python, Pandas, Scikit-learn, and k-means clustering to perform customer segmentation and generate business insights. So, what is the problem statement? So, in today's business world, companies deal with thousands or even millions of customers. So, however, not all customers behave in the same way. Some customers spend a lot, some spend very little, while others may have high income but low purchasing activity. Traditional marketing approaches treated all customers similarly, which often lead to inefficient marketing, lower customer engagement, and reduced sales performance. Okay, therefore, businesses need a smarter way to understand customer behavior. The main problem addressed in this project is how to automatically identify different types of customers based on their demographic and spending pattern. To solve this problem, we have developed a machine learning based customer segmentation system using k-means clustering. This system groups similar customers together so that business can apply targeted marketing strategies, improve customer satisfaction, and increase revenue. So you can see what the real world application. It can be used for e-commerce personalization, banking customer analysis, telecom marketing, retail customer targeting, recommendations systems. Okay, so main goal is our to improve the customer satisfaction, to improve the marketing efficiency, to generate more business revenue, and to have a personalized customer experience. Coming to the dataset part, the dataset that we will be using for this is you can see mall customer segmentation dataset. It is available on Kaggle. You can get it from there. Okay, so the dataset contains the customer information collected from a shopping mall and is commonly used for customer analytics and clustering tasks. Okay, and these are the dataset including important customer attributes such as you can see that customer IDs, gender, age, then annual income, and spending score. So spending score is assigned based on customer purchasing behavior and shopping activity. The dataset contains total 200 customers. Okay, records are used to analyze customers' behavior pattern. These features are highly useful for identifying similarities among customers and creating meaningful customer segments. So the main objective of using this dataset is to divide customers into different groups based on income level, age, and spending behavior. Okay, so this dataset is suitable because it contains real customer behavior pattern, useful for unsupervised learning, widely used in business analytics, and is ideal for clustering technique. Okay, so this data set will help us to identify distinct customer group based on income, spending habit, and demographic information. Coming to the methodology process, okay. So overall workflow is that we have to collect the data. Data collection is done. Okay. We load the data using pandas and then we do the data pre-processing part. Okay, which include checking missing values, encoding categorical features such as gender, and selecting important attribute. After pre-processing, we do feature scaling, okay, using standard scaler to normalize the data and improve clustering performance. Then we perform EDA, that is exploratory data analysis, to understand customer behavior pattern through visualization such as histograms, scatters plot, and box plot. And after that, we do k-means clustering algorithm is applied to divide customers into different groups based on similarity. Okay, then we apply the elbow method is used to determine the optimal number of clusters, and finally we use PCA visualization and cluster analysis to interpret the customer groups and generate business insight. Okay, here we'll try to understand what is exploratory data analysis. So, exploratory data analysis or EDA is performed for better understanding the customer demographics and spending behavior before applying machine learning. Different visualizations are used to analyze the data set. Okay, you can see the age distribution, annual income analysis, then spending score analysis, and gender distribution. Okay, so when we observe these things, then it becomes clear for us to show different behavior, customers behavior pattern, which confirms the need for customer segmentation. So EDA is a very important because it helps to identify hidden trends and support better decision making before models training. Now we'll so EDA also helps in businesses to understand customer behavior, detect hidden pattern, improve marketing strategy, and support data-driven decision making. So now we'll try to understand K-means clustering because we'll use it in the project. So K-means clustering is an algorithm used for customer segmentation. K-means is an unsupervised machine learning algorithm that groups similar data points together into clusters. The main objective of K-means is to minimize the distance between customers within the same cluster and maximize the separation between different clusters. So the algorithm works in multiple steps. First, it selects the random cluster centroid, and then each customer is assigned to the nearest centroid based on similarity. After that, centroid positions are updated repeatedly until the clusters become stable. To determine the optimal number of clusters, the elbow methods are used, and the elbow graph that you will see here that we'll use. We'll select the optimal value of K as 5. Therefore, customers were divided into 5 different groups based on age, income, spending, behavior. So these clusters help identify premium customers, low spending, wealthy customers, budget shoppers, and average customers. Okay. So then we'll see the results. Okay. These are the 5 segments that have been identified. Okay, these are the conclusion, and these are the future scopes. So here right now we'll perform it, and we'll see that how we can actually perform this, and you can see how the data set is actually working. Okay, so the dataset you can take from Kaggle. The link I have put it in the you have seen in the PPT. I have shown the link. From there you can get the dataset. You have to go and download the dataset, and after that you can easily perform this. So this dataset is over here, mall customer segmentation. This is the link. I will give it in the description box. You can easily download from here. You will download, it will give you an option, download dataset zip. You will download it. Okay, and right now we'll open Jupyter Notebook so that we can do the coding part. Okay, so over here we'll go to desktops because our data set is there, and then we'll take new. Okay, our data set, always open your Jupyter Notebook where the data set is there. Okay, always remember that. So now we'll import the libraries. Okay, Okay, here it will be standard scalar, here it will be import. Okay, Scikit-learn dot preprocessing. Okay, from here to okay, K means okay. So we'll import all the libraries over here. Okay. Then we'll load the dataset. I have already given you the link from where you can download the dataset. So the dataset has a CSV file, that is mol underscore CSV. Okay. So now we'll try to read the CSV file. Okay. The CSV file name is mol underscore customers. Okay. Dot CSV. Okay. So, and now we'll try to see the first few. Okay, you can see first 5 columns and rows. Okay, then we'll try to understand a little bit about dataset. Okay, we'll print the shape. Okay, so print so you can see this shape of the dataset. As I have said earlier, there are 200 customers. Okay, similarly we'll print the missing values. See, there are no missing values. You can see customer ID 0, gender 0. So there are no missing values you can get from here. And then we'll print the dataset info. Okay. You can see the dataset info over here. Okay, see, next we'll rename columns. Okay, so okay, we can take it from here, customer ID. And then we can take gender. Then we can take age. Then we can take annual income. And then we can take the spending score. Okay. So yes, after that we'll perform EDA as I have said earlier. Okay, it is very important part to understand the data set. Okay, so we'll plot and see. We'll take histogram plot. Okay, for age. Okay, will be the title, age distribution. And then we'll see. Okay, see, you can see over here, this is the data set and this is the age distribution. You can see over here. Similarly, we will do for the annual income. Okay, so here we did it. Okay, similarly we will do here for annual income, and here we'll see annual income. Okay, distribution. Okay, we'll run it and then we'll have annual income distribution. Similarly, we'll do for spending score. Okay, similarly we'll do for spending score and then we'll see its distribution. Okay, so you can see again here we have spending score distribution, and then we can also plot the see the gender count. Okay, so that we need to, okay, we will change this. Okay, for that we'll use count plot. Okay, and x is equals to and then we'll have the title, that will be gender distribution. Okay, so you can see the gender distribution over here. Now what we'll do, we will encode it. Okay, so we have two genders over here, we know that. Okay, and then we have female. We'll encode it to 1. Okay, we have encoded. and after that we'll select the features. Okay, so we'll take gender, age, annual income. Okay, somewhere I have done a mistake. Okay, not in the same is not an index. Somewhere. Okay, better. Gender, age is over there. Okay. So yeah, we have fixed the error. There was supposed to be a gap because we have always taken gap between the annual income and spending score. Then we'll do the feature scaling. Okay, we'll do the feature scaling using okay. We'll do the feature scaling and using scalar dot fit then after that we'll use elbow method. Okay, so elbow method to range no capital letter, really all small letter. K means equal to K capital. Number of clusters. Random state. And then we'll plot the elbow graph. Okay, size will take. And finally plot show. Okay, so finally we'll plot it and see some mistake over here. Okay, let me check. Marker equals to it will be there. Okay. So you can see the plot over here. Finally, what we'll do, we'll train the final model. See how we'll do that. Okay. And similarly, we'll add label. Okay, now we'll run it. Okay, now we'll find the score. Okay, and we'll print it. Finally, we'll print the score. So you can see the score over here. Okay, and then we'll use PCA. Okay, for visualization. If you don't know what is PCA, you can go in on the lectures and you can see in the previous lectures what is PCA. Okay, so components will take. Okay. Okay. We'll run it and then we'll do the cluster visualization. Okay. Okay, now we'll take the title. We're taking customer segments. Okay. What will be the X label? PCA component 1. Okay. Somewhere we'll plot Y label. That will be PCA component 2. Plot it now. Okay. Okay, somewhere something is not right. Okay. Figure size not defined. How is that possible? Okay. Here, not equal to. Okay. So you can see the plot over here. I will explain this plot at the end of the lecture. Right now we'll do the cluster analysis. Okay, so we'll cluster mean. Okay, we'll print the cluster summary over here. Okay, summary. Okay, you can see the summary over here. You can see what all the 5 clusters. Okay, now we'll see the business insights actually. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. And okay, similarly for we'll take cluster data. Age mean. Okay. Then similarly we'll take for annual income. Okay, so okay, similarly we'll take for average income. Okay, and here also average income, and then we'll take for spending score. Okay, here also taken for annual income and spending score, and therefore and we'll do the interpretation part now. So income is equals to cluster underscore data annual income dot mean. Okay. Similarly, spending will be equal to cluster underscore data cluster underscore data spending score dot mean. Okay, so now we'll see the condition. If income is greater than 70 and spending is greater than 70. Okay, then print inside premium customers. Okay, premium customers. Okay, similarly, else if income is greater than 70 and spending is less than 40. Okay, then print inside what will print? Rich but low spenders. Okay, rich but low spenders. Okay, and then similarly then print action VIP. No, so action will be okay for premium customers. We'll have action we have VIP offers and loyalty programs. Okay, VIP offers and loyalty programs. Okay, similarly for rich but low spenders, we'll have personalized promotion. Okay, similarly if income is less than 40 and similarly if income is less than 40 and spending is greater than 60, then we'll have insight of average customers. Okay, and that will last. We'll have budget shoppers with high engagement. Okay, budget shoppers with high engagement. Okay, budget shoppers with high engagement, and we'll have discount campaign for them. Okay, and we'll have discount campaigns. Okay, else else will we have average customers. Okay, insight is average customers and general marketing is needed. Okay, and now what we'll do, we'll save the result. Okay, so customer segments output dot CSV index equals to false. Print segmented data set. Set saved successfully. Okay, now let's run it. Okay, else now will not be here, it will be here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, cluster is not defined. Okay, cluster dot data. Okay, so here we can see the mistake over here. I have used double T. Okay, so yeah, okay, average income, let me check. Okay, let's see, because I have renamed the columns over there, so I'll have to check. Annual income, spending score, then we have average. Okay, here it will be annual income. Okay, then we have 70 score is okay. Then what is the problem? Okay, annual income is again a problem. Okay, let's see. Average income. Okay, somewhere. Okay, I think it is clear now. So yeah, you can see over here, these are the segmented data set that has been segmented very carefully. Okay, and you can see it over here. Okay, so we have segmented the data set that you can see cluster over here, what are the averages and average income, what is the insight on that. Similarly for cluster 1, what we have done for cluster 2, then for cluster 3 and cluster 4. The segmented data has been saved successfully. Okay, so you can see distribution for scatter plot as well. Okay, so right now you can plot it over here. Like let's plot this customer segments. You can plot. Okay, annual income and y equals to spending score. Double inverted comma over here, actually single, same goes with here. Okay, and then hue will be cluster. So over here you can see this you can use for scatter plot of customer segments. For that purpose you can do it over here. So you can run that cell. Okay, some mistakes have been made. Okay, let me check. Okay, annual income, there is supposed to be a gap. Okay, similarly for this spending score as well. Okay, so now we can run it. So you can see this is the scatter plot of customer segments. Similarly we can see the cluster wise age distribution. Okay, so you can see the age distribution by cluster. Similarly we can see the income distribution. There has to be a gap. Okay, so for income distribution also you can see over here income distribution by cluster, and then you can see spending score distribution as well. So here let's see the spending score distribution. Then we can see the pair plot visualization, which is very important if you are a student or professional. It is very important. Okay, let me see. Well, income, there has to be gap between the annual income and spending score. So you can see over here. Okay, so this is also very important plot. See over here we have the pair plot visualization. This gives us multiple visual comparisons, you can see over here. Okay, and then we can have PCA visualization as well. Okay. Yeah, you can see the PCA visualization over here, and then you can count customers in each cluster as well. Okay, count customers in each over here. So you can see this over here, and then we can have heat map of cluster means as well. Okay, so yeah, this is the heat map of cluster clay. Okay, so these plots are very important once you are working on this project of customer segmentation. It is very important to go through it. Okay, so as I have discussed here, first graph that we have seen is that is of elbow method. So basically elbow method is used to determine the optimal number of clusters for k-mean clustering. Okay, so here you can see x-axis shows the number of clusters and y-axis is within clusters sum of squares. Okay, so as the number of clusters increases, you can see WCSS decreases, but data points become closer to cluster centroid. So the elbow point occurs where the decrease becomes slower. So from the graph, elbow appears around 5, as you can see over here. The optimal number of customer segments is also 5. Okay, so this is this you can see this is PCA cluster visualization, and this graph visualizes customer groups after clustering using PCA. Okay, we have taken two, PCA component 1 and PCA component 2. So PCA reduces multi-dimensional data into 2 dimension for visualization. Each color basically represents a different customer segments. Customer within the same cluster have similar behavior. Well separated group indicate effective clustering. So the clusters are reasonably separated, showing that the k-means algorithm successfully identified different customers. Then we have cluster summary output. You can see over here for cluster 0 we have this. Okay, you can see over here. Okay, we have this over here. Okay, and similarly we have taken this out also. So meaning and interpretation are clear. Okay, you can see that the cluster 0, they are, for them these are old customers. Okay, and with moderate income and low spending. Okay, then for cluster 1, high income customers but low spending behavior. Similarly for cluster 2, we have these are active shoppers and valuable customers. Similarly for cluster 3, we have moderate to high income with medium spending, and finally the cluster 4 has low income customers with moderate spending. Okay, so this is our you can see customer segments and annual income. Okay, so you can see over here. Similarly, these are the age distribution of clusters. So the box plot compares customer age distribution across different clusters. So x-axis you can see is customer clusters and y-axis is age. So each box represents median age spread, younger versus older customers. Okay, so you can see that cluster 0 has the highest average age and mostly older customers. Similarly, cluster 2 and 4 has younger customers, mostly between 20 and 35. Okay, and clusters 1 and 3 has middle-aged customer. Okay, similarly when you see the income distribution over here, you can see that 1 and 3 has the highest income customers and potential premium buyers. Cluster 4 are low income group and cluster 2 is mixed income customers. Okay, similarly spending score clusters you can see over here. Cluster 2 is the highest spending customers, most engaged shopper. Cluster 1 very low spending despite high income, and cluster 0 has moderate spending behavior. Okay, similarly you can see this graph over here, and this is the very important graph. Okay, so see the diagonal graphs show feature distribution individually, and scattered plots shows the relationship between the features, that is income versus shopping, age versus spending, and age versus income. So you can see over here. So I hope you have understood it. Okay, this also you can see over here. Customer clusters after applying, you can see customers are grouped into 5 distinct clusters. Similar customers are located close together and different clusters are reasonably separated. Okay, and then we have number of customers in each clusters, you can see over here. So cluster 0 basically contains the highest number of customers. Cluster 1 has fewest customers and others have moderate customers. Okay, similarly we have cluster mean values heat map, you can see over here. So you can see that cluster 1 has the highest you can say uh, highest income. Okay, it has the highest income and very low spending score. Okay, and wealthy but inactive customers they are. Customer 2 has high spending score, you can see, but moderate to high income. Okay, valuable active customers. Okay, similarly cluster 0, you can see over here, they have younger customers, you can see. Okay, no, they have older customers and moderate income and spending. Cluster 4 has actually younger customers and low income and moderate spending. So these are the things you can see over there. According to that, on those basis you can see that what has to be applied, what insight and actions needs to be taken. So this was the customer segmentation. Okay, I hope you have liked it. If you have liked it, then do share your point of view about it, and do share it with your friends, and kindly support Skillforge Academy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.